If you're going to, later on down the road, you're going to invite everybody and your mama into your marriage, that your bed has seen more activity than fleas on a dog. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's having an awesome day. So today I wanted to come on here and just talk about, we live in a culture and a generation where people don't respect marriage anymore. One of my pet peeves, or one of the things that I really hate, is when I hear someone talk about how they're dating a married person, but they go, oh no, it's okay because they're separated, or it's okay, he's thinking about leaving his wife, or she wants to leave her husband anyway. To me, if they're still legally married, I don't care for how long they've been separated. I don't care for how long it's been since they had sex. I don't care for how long since they've lived in the same house. If the court documents say that they're legally married, they are married. And if they're still married, in the eyes of God, they're married. And when you come into that marriage, you're an outsider. You are an intruder. You are an uninvited guest into that relationship. And when you come into a marriage, God honors marriage, God respects marriage. And when you come in as an intruder, let me tell you the consequences for that. We just become so comfortable with some of these things that we forget that God doesn't play when it comes to marriage. I was reading a passage in the Bible, and it really struck me how God reacted to a man trying to mess with another person's husband. It's in the book of Genesis chapter 12. This is the story where Abraham goes to Egypt, and on his way there, he tells his wife Sarah, look, you're a very beautiful woman. These Egyptians, they're going to see you and they're going to want you for themselves, and then they're going to kill me to get you. So when we get there, I want you to pretend that we're not married. Pretend that I'm your brother, so that they're going to treat me well and they're not going to harm me, right? So when they get to Egypt, they carry out this ploy that Abraham and Sarah are brother and sister. And because of that, she's a very beautiful woman. So the Egyptians are treating Abraham like a king. They're treating him very well. They give him special treatment. They give him gifts, many things, right? And then Pharaoh, who sees Sarah, obviously in his head, she's a single woman. And obviously he's into her, and the Bible doesn't really go into detail about what he did with her, but we know for a fact that he'd never slept with her. But the Bible said that God was so angry with the Egyptians and Pharaoh that he punished Pharaoh and everyone else in his household because of Sarah. Mind you, Pharaoh did not know that Sarah was a married woman. He thought Sarah was single, and he was like, oh, she cute, why don't you come in my palace, come and hang out with me, have dinner with me, whatever. They didn't do anything sexual. But the Bible says that God was so mad at Pharaoh that not only did he punish Pharaoh, but he punished his household. So his whole staff, the servants, the maid, everybody who was in that house, they got punished because this king was messing with a married woman, and he didn't even know that she was a married woman. And some of y'all out here, you know that your man is married, your woman is married. You want to talk about, oh, she's separated. If God could punish Pharaoh for unknowingly trying to date a married woman, what do you think it's going to do to you that you know that your man is still married and your woman is married? We live in a generation where people disrespect marriage left and right, talking about it's an open marriage, all this poly relationship open. You guys are joking. When I see people go through some of the crap that they're going through, some of the weird things that are happening in people's lives, the bad things, the bad luck, the string of horrible things that are happening to y'all, and you're crying, I don't know what I did, I'm such a good person. You don't realize that it could be as a result of some of these things that you guys are doing. How can you stand before God, you and your spouse, and you promise to love each other, and then along the way you bring other people into that marriage? Are you joking? Are you seriously joking? That's kind of like going and getting a mortgage on a house, and it's your name on the mortgage, and then when it's time to pay the bill or whatever, you're telling the mortgage company, oh no, my neighbor is going to pay my mortgage. It's not his name on that document, it's your name on there. You're the only one that's recognized on that paper. It's your house, it's not somebody else's. When you got married before God and in the court of law or whatever, the law doesn't recognize your little side chick. Yeah, my wife is okay with it, my husband is okay with it, and God is not okay with it. The Bible says in the book of Hebrews chapter 13 verse 4, I'm going to read it. It says, marriage should be honored by all, and the marriage bed should be kept pure. For God will judge the adulterer and all the sexually immoral. You're married, God only recognizes husband, wife. If you and your wife come and you have your own agreement, we're going to have an open marriage. You can have girlfriends and boyfriends. I can have girlfriends and boyfriends. Guess what? God doesn't recognize that. So even if your wife is okay with you having a side chick on the side, to God, you're stepping out of your marriage. You're being an adulterer. And what does the Bible says? God will judge the adulterer and all the sexually immoral, all you poly people, polyamorous, whatever. Like, my friend, if you want to sleep with everybody in the neighborhood, please, you're free to do that. Why do you have to do that in the institution of marriage? What's the point of paying for all this wedding, going to court, signing a document, inviting all these people to come and see you celebrate your love and proclaim your vows to this person, if you're going to later on down the road, you're going to invite everybody and your mama into your marriage? That your bed has seen more activity than fleas on a dog. You have disrespected your spouse, whether they're okay with it or not. You have disrespected your spouse. You have disrespected your marriage bed. And you're waiting for God to bless you. Living that kind of rubbish life. The Bible says that you're free to do whatever you want, right? Because you have that free will. But not everything is beneficial. You have free will. Obviously, you can sleep with as many people as you want, date as many people as you want to, but you have to understand that there are consequences to your actions. It doesn't matter whether the other person is okay with it. It doesn't matter if everybody and your mama are doing it. There are consequences to your actions. Think about it. If somebody goes out there, let's say a woman goes and have sex, right? And then she gets pregnant, and then she goes to God and go, God, I'm sorry, I should have never had sex. God is like, I forgive you. Do you think that after God forgives her, he's going to go in her belly and kill her baby? No. You are still going to be pregnant, and that baby will still be born. Forgiveness doesn't mean that you not face the consequences of your actions. Or we live in a very immoral generation. A lot of the bad things that are happening in this generation, we are all responsible for that. God has nothing to do with that. You don't realize that some things that we do, it has become so normal. Like, this thing about polyamorous or poly relationship, it irks me. Especially when I see it in marriage. Why are you getting married if that's what you're going to do? This whole open marriage, look at Will and Jada. Their marriage is a mess. It's like, dude, you at this point, they should just get a divorce and go their separate way, because they don't even love each other. There's no love in that relationship. It's so toxic and so bad. There's this saying that says that too many cooks in the kitchen spoils the food, right? You're inviting all kinds of people into your marriage, and you're expecting that you're going to have a thriving, beautiful, flourishing marriage. The Bible says that God punished Pharaoh and his entire household because he was messing with a married woman and he didn't even know that she was married. You're messing with someone's property and you don't even know it. And when I say property, I don't mean that like, the husband owns the wife or the wife owns the husband. When God sees, if A and B are married, when God sees A, he knows that A is B's wife. When God sees B, he knows that B is A's husband, and whatever, vice versa. So when he sees C trying to flirt with A, God is looking at you like, that's not yours. What you doing? That's not yours. What you doing? When you install an alarm system in your home and there's a break-in, the alarm company is going to call first. They're going to call the owners, the people on the document, and they're going to make sure, is it John Smith or Jane Smith? If it's not John Smith entering that home or Jane Smith entering that home, they're sending the authorities to remove that person. Even if it's your mom, even if it's your best friend, even if it's your neighbor, the fact that it's not their name on that piece of paper, the alarm company will send it. The purple is going to take them up in cuffs, like you're trespassing. It's the same way. If you did not stand before God or sign that piece of paper in the court, in what do you call that office that people get married at? You know, the City Hall? Yeah. That piece of paper at City Hall that says we're married, you are an intruder. And God will do to you what happens to every intruder when they intrude in a place that they're not supposed to be in. You cannot joke with people's marriages. Stay out of people's marriages, okay? Nene Leakes said what? Keep your legs closed to married men.
Close your legs to married men.
Keep your legs closed to married men. And keep your ding-a-ling away from married women.